Hello. It is very early on Saturday morning and the sun is shining, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to do a little video of this border which is not perfect at all and has quite a few gaps and things that are going over, but I just wanted to show you because there are still some real beautiful things in here. Excuse my morning voice. So first we've got this astrantia. A lot of it is going over now, but you can see how lovely it is. There are some newer stems, but just such a lovely shape, aren't they? They're like little stars, and a lovely, like, real vintage pink colour. I think this one is Roma. Some is astrantia Roma, and some is Florence. I can't really see any difference between them at the moment, and they're all from bare root plants from Farmer Gracie. So yeah, they've kind of grew outwards a bit, so they're looking a little bit untamed. But yeah, they've been in this corner which gets a bit of morning sun. It's by the shed as well, so it gets morning sun for a few hours and then it's in shade. And next to that we've got some astilbe which is budding up, obviously not open yet, but they're doing really well in this shady, part shady corner as well. There's some more, and we've got achillea, which is very pretty. I think this is summer pastels. However, they've taken so long to get into flower, I've decided I need something else in this border that will flower before them, because they look a bit uninteresting before they flower, which I know sounds obvious, but some plants have still got, other qualities, haven't they? But these, yeah, I need something else basically, maybe something low down here. So any recommendations for plants that will grow in quite poor soil that could go in front of this achillea would be welcome. I've got some Allium Christophii at the back, which is obviously going over, starting to go to seed now. So I want more alliums for sure, because they look really good and they seem to do really well in this poor soil. So yeah, down here I have got some scabiosa young plants. These are annuals and they're obviously still quite small. Yep, so those are hopefully will flower later on in the summer or early autumn maybe. But yeah, achillea is lovely. I can never remember the name of this. Oh, these daisies. I think they're feverfew, and these were given to me by my mother-in-law. They were given to me as seedlings because, as you know, if you've got these, they do self-seed everywhere, which I don't mind. I'm really happy to have self-seeders in my garden. And they're looking quite nice actually. Like I said, they're adding some interest with the achillea. So yeah, really enjoying those. I do like any kind of daisy flowers. I really want more oxeye daisies in my garden as well. And the Erigian as well. Yeah, I love daisies of any kind. At the back I've got my eucalyptus, which probably due a prune actually. If you've seen any of my older videos, you will have seen this coppiced. And it's grown like mad. It really has. This one is the parvula variety, and that one is a cinerea, I think. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it. And I bought both of these for floristry purposes. However, I think they're really nice trees to have in the garden, and they're evergreen as well, so they add some, interest and height and a bit of privacy as well, because they're quite tall throughout the whole year. So I definitely recommend eucalyptus trees. Moving over here, I've got lots of nigella. I have recently cut it rather than pull it up, the nigella, because it's sort of going to seed. I do like the seed heads, and I'll keep some to bring indoors, and I will keep some in the garden, and I'm happy for them to self-seed a bit as well. I don't know if I want them to self-seed quite as much as I did let them do last year, because they did take over this bed and other plants were swamped. I really like these verbenas. Very tall and they seem to flop over quite easily. But these ones, this little clump seems to be doing okay. Got a curly willow in that corner, which is doing very nicely there. Probably needs a prune when it's the right time of year. I probably should do that. Got some hypericum at the back there. That's, I can't remember the variety. It was like something like Sunset or something like that. And they're like a peachy, meant to be like a peachy pink colour, but they look a bit more yellow this year for some reason. Here I've got some geraniums which were newly planted this year, so they're quite small, and I'm hoping that they'll bush out. I think this is geranium Brookside. So these were swamped by the nigella as well, so still quite small, but like I said, hopefully they'll fill out the ground and provide ground cover here. I've got one lovely flower on this Scabiosa Perfecta Blue, which is lovely. Got some roses here. This is over to the rose bed now. I've got this Just Jerry Rose, which looks like it's really struggling, and I don't know if it's because there were too many other plants around it swamping it and it wasn't getting enough water or nutrients. So yeah, like I said, I've cleared some of the nigella that was there. That's why it's looking a bit of a mess around here, because I've removed some of the nigella. I will clear it properly, and hopefully that will give it a bit more space. So yeah, here's some of the nigella, which is still in flower. I like these lilac-y ones. I seem to have more of those this year. Are they lilac-y pink? But yeah, lilac I'd say. But they're really, really lovely. They do go mad if you let them self-seed. And there's one of the traditional blue ones. Excuse me. Right, and at the back I've got Queen of Sweden roses. I've got 3. I did actually cut one the other day. I've never cut from them before. Try and give you a closer look of those. So here, I wasn't sure if I would like the pink colour, but I actually really do. Yeah, it's lovely. Very pale, and as you know, I've said before, they tend to open up. They open up as more of a peachy colour when they first open, and then they turn to this sort of pale pink. And they're very upright, so they are really good for cutting in that respect. Yeah, I've had quite a few of those already. They look good at the back there, because they're quite, like you can see, they're quite tall and upright, so they work at the back of a border. I've got foxglove here that's budding up. Some of my foxgloves are quite late, depending on where they are in the garden. I've got my Simple Life rose, which I've got another video on these. But yeah, still going strong. Looking a bit unruly. More nigella. Foxgloves in there. It's a bit of a mess, this bed, to be honest, but I'm still enjoying it. And I've got some calendula here, which is self-seeded from last year, which I'm not a massive fan of it, but I think I do like it, and I think it's definitely nicer in a clump. You know, the more of them, the more effective I think the effect is, and they look more lovely. And I think this is the cantaloupe variety. As you can see, quite a few of them are going over now. There's another, I think this is a Miss Jekyll nigella, looking gorgeous. Yeah, so a bit of a mess this bit, to be honest, but a pretty mess, I think you'll agree. And things are definitely getting swamped, so I need to do a bit of work on that, clearing and perhaps rearranging things. Over here I've got someone gave me some sedum cuttings which are doing fine in that pot there. I've got some achillea in pots which I need to either get rid of or plant. This is my dahlia bed. And these dahlias I haven't planted this year. These are all things that have come up from last year. I mulched with some strulch. I've also had ranunculus in this bed, which obviously finished now. Yeah, so I think the dahlias are okay. I think they need a bit of a feed. They're looking a bit weedy. I think there's quite a lot of slug and snail damage. I think this one is Ivana. Obviously I'll do another video on those when they're open properly. But yeah, they need a bit of a feed. I haven't been feeding them probably as much as I should have. So I need to get on that. There's a load of nigella that I've pulled up and need to... Well, I'm going to let it break down before... Or go to brown waste before it goes in the compost bin, I think. Here I've got... This is my vegetable bed. And I've got corn, sweet corn, and some courgettes, which are too close together. These are flax seeds, which someone gave me some flax plants, and I thought, sure, I'll plant them. I just thought it might be interesting, even if I keep them for the seed, and see if I can do something with that. So yeah, hopefully, it's my first year growing sweet corn, so I'm really excited to see how they go. I hope they don't get eaten by slugs and snails. But yeah, we'll see. I've got a blueberry plant over here, which I think probably really needs repotting, to be honest. It's in ericaceous compost, but I didn't give it any fresh compost this year. Still got lots of berries on it. But yeah, I need to repot it, I think. I've got loads and loads of raspberries over here, absolutely loads. I didn't cut back the old stems after they'd finished fruiting last year, and I've just got loads. I thought they only grew on the new stems, but I don't know. I don't know if that's entirely true, because I've just got absolutely an abundance of raspberries, as you can see. I've already picked loads, and there's loads more coming. And I've quite happily let them take over this bed, because my son and I do really like raspberries. Yeah, and here I have some sweet peas, which have only been very slow coming. And I've got my first flowers. This is Alyssa. I think that's a sweet pea Alyssa. It's a new variety that was available from Chiltern Seeds. So it's a really lovely soft pink. I can't comment on the smell, I'm afraid, because I don't have a sense of smell, but my son says they smell very nice. So yeah, I really grow sweet peas just for other people and for me, because I think they're very pretty. I do really love this colour, pink. And in with those, I've planted some Cabea scandens as well, which obviously aren't in flower yet, but I took a tip from Michaela's English Flowers, and planted sweet peas together with Cabea, because the sweet peas will flower first in early summer, and then when they finish by late summer, then the Cabea will flower and take over. So hopefully that plan will work out. But yeah, I do love sweet peas. Over here, this is my base for a greenhouse that has recently been created. So yeah, my plan is to get a 6 foot by 6 foot greenhouse, and really excited for that. And I will definitely show you when I've got it. This bed has got a bit of a wild area again. Lark ascending rose, which I have shown you in other videos, I know, but it's worth showing again. Some of these flowers are going over. They do go over quite quickly, I find. But yeah, definitely worth having this rose. I've got honeysuckle climbing up the back. Foxglove, that's a pink gin foxglove. Loads and loads of seedlings and young plants here. I've got dahlias, chilies, tomatoes, nasturtiums, lots and lots of things that really probably need potting on or planting out now. And here is I think this actually might be my favourite rose out of the ones I've got, and this is the Vanessa Bell, which I did do a video on recently, but I just love it. I love the form, I love the colour. I've always loved yellow, and especially this kind of soft, buttery yellow. And I just love the form. It's very compact. I love the way that they sort of grow in that kind of cup shape, the cluster of heads. Yeah, really nice. And then lots more feverfew, which again self-seeded there, and I've kind of left it. I think it looks nice. I think this Vanessa Bell looks nice with these little geraniums. Again, these were these were given to me when someone in the family divided some, gave them to me. They do go mad, they do spread and sprawl, but I actually think that works quite well in this space. And I think they look nice with the roses. Here is my wildlife pond, and I think I did create this last year, so it's just over a year old now. I have actually got some fish in here now, a couple of goldfish, and I've got like a little solar powered air stone, which actually, because it's solar powered, it does run out of energy for a few hours and then it has to sort of charge itself, but the fish really enjoy it. So yeah, if you want to know more about the pond, just ask me in the comments. There's some water forget-me-not in here, which is just very similar to regular forget-me-not. I've also got mare's tail, I think that's the mare's tail, which is an oxygenating plant. And I had some other plants as well, which don't seem to have survived, so I think it's mostly mare's tail and water forget-me-not. And over here, the patio, I've got some nasturtiums and mint together. This is nasturtium cherry rose, which obviously hasn't got flowers yet. This is my first caladium to grow. I've got a few bulbs. They're all in the house. This is the only one that I've put outside. I've only recently put it outside. And I think this one is rosebud. So it's lovely. I put it in a bit of a rubbishy pot that needs a good clean. So I feel like the pot isn't really doing justice to the lovely plant. And I feel like I need some kind of like pot dressing on the top because the soil looks a bit rubbish. But yeah, really lovely. It's giving my patio a bit of a tropical vibe. I've got more caladiums inside, which I will do another video on when they're a bit bigger. Yeah, and that's about it. And here I've got calla lilies, which this is my first year growing calla lilies, but they're doing okay, I think. So I'll let you know when they flower. And here is the Macmillan nurse rose that I also did show recently, but really pretty rose. Yeah, just really neat and compact. Like I said, it's smaller than the David Austin roses I've got. It's a little bit smaller and more compact, but it's really lovely. Perfect for a pot, this one, if you're looking for a nice pot, a rose for a pot. Yeah, and that's it for now. I'll try and get a bit closer to the pink gin, although it has gone over now. Yeah, and it's obviously quite tall. Next to that is the rose, the apple tree that we grew, my son and I grew from a pip probably about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years, but so yeah, but the foxglove's actually taller than that at the moment.